Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the series I'm going to call hyperfixations, because that's all we're going into. All my various hyperfixations through different hobbies and other stuff I like to talk about or just think about, do, whatever. I think it would be really fun to turn this into more of like a actual vlog of me going out and doing things at some point, but right now, especially like with a move still kicking our butt, I'm trying to put out something that requires a little less editing because my wife and I are a little bogged down on our editing capabilities. We only have one laptop between the two of us that will run our video editor. So this is a kind of way to remedy that and still put out some content, even though it's a little harder right now. But maybe eventually I'll turn this thing into occasionally being like out in town doing something. I don't know. I like to go out and try it and fail at surfing and fail at all sorts of things. And maybe we'll go and turn that. Or maybe we'll just do a new series on that and I'll keep this going as its thing. But one thing I have been a little bit meaning to do, I would get into occasionally and never really I haven't really done a ton with it, is this thing. This is a charachorder. And it's basically a weird keyboard. You can look at that. It has like the letters and stuff and how to like type different letters with using these like essentially joysticks, right? That goes up, down, and all of them like go in 4 directions, and you can do different letters, and they have like, you can also like, it's, you press Alt to like change between like one set of letters or another. It's kind of weird, but like the big appeal of the keyboard is it has a bunch of programmed in like words. So instead of like writing out a whole word, you can just like, it programs in, so put these 3 letters in at the same time and it'll just type the whole word out. So I've seen people like go like 300 words per minute, typing at 300 words per minute with this thing. Like, it's insane. Just like insanely fast typing, people typing as fast as they could think of words and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool, and I've been wanting to, and I've had it for a little while. I've been wanting to like get better at it, and then I would go and use it for a while, and then I would need to actually type something in a reasonable amount of time, so I'd have to put it down because I'm not good at using it yet. But maybe one day we can get to using that. Maybe I'll like make a video of me trying to learn to use that and doing stuff with that. But it's a pretty neat little gizmo gadget thing. But yeah, again, charachorder, I think it's a pretty cool idea, pretty cool concept. They also have regular keyboards with like the same kind of like feature of like press these 3 letters and you could type a word, but in like a keyboard form. But I've never been fast at typing in any capacity. I'm like still gotta like search for letters. I don't know, it just never like clicked with me. So I didn't feel a need to get like a regular keyboard that I wasn't going to be fast at typing with. So I thought, why not try a new thing? So it's still something I got to like get better at, but we'll see as it goes along. And then I've also seen people like do stuff, use it with gamings, I tried a little bit because like they have the 4 directions. So I was thinking like, I could like use my thumb to move and still have like a mouse and just did not work as well as I wanted it to, which is probably just like because I didn't practice much with it. I was just kind of like going into it, trying it. But it was definitely, you had to like remap all the things. I'm sure my mapping, when I was trying to do that, my mapping for how I use my keys, it was like freaking, what was it? I had, instead of WASD to move, I had VMKC, I think. No, it was what? Left click was one of them, maybe. I don't know. It was something crazy, something dumb. But it was kind of funny. Give it a try. It worked. It didn't like not work at all. It wasn't like not intuitive at all. It was just like a little hard to get into because I hadn't been ever doing that. But it was something I will probably give a try here in the near future. It does give you more options for like things to do rather than like using all four of your fingers to move, using just your thumb to move. And then on top of that, having all four of your fingers to do like 16 different abilities. Yeah, I think that maths out. So if you're playing a game like that, it might be worth it. Or if you're playing like what are those? Real time strategy games. Might be worth it. I imagine you can get the amount of like your stuff out. I'm not sure about fighting games. I haven't even thought about trying this with a fighting game. But I know people have. People have set it up to Smash Bros. So, I don't know. It's a pretty neat little thing. Charachorder. But another thing I was thinking about doing, and maybe at some point we can, making like videos on my whole creation process for everything. Because as I've been creating videos and I want to create more videos, I want to get more like different stuff built up. I want to get some like music. I want to make like ideally like make some sort of like really simple music for my videos, and then make some sort of like other stuff for my videos. So like whenever I'm like making if I need to animate a like intro, which I will eventually do for some of my stuff, I can just like record the whole process and make it like a vlog style, like this is how the creation process is going. And maybe it gets somewhere, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I make a whole vlog about something that doesn't end up being a thing. I don't know. But it'd be something I'm thinking about trying and maybe doing in the near future. But we'll have to see. As everything gets as we get closer to this move, it gets a little more hectic and it gets a little harder, but we should be able to do something at some point. I feel confident that we'll be able to get something going. But yeah, so that's like just one thing I'm planning on trying. There's a whole bunch of like little series. Maybe we'll just talk about some of like the series because I want to do shorts. I want to. I was talking about a cooking show. I think it would be a lot of fun to do some sort of cooking show. I'd need to like get a whole like kitchen together. We don't have like a real big kitchen or an easy to film in kitchen right now. And when we move, I don't think we will right away either. But at some point, I would love to have a kitchen and make some sort of like cooking little series where we just try to like cook things without recipes or maybe without even fully knowing what they are. Or get multiple people involved and have somebody else try to explain to the other person what to do without them knowing what to do, actually. So I think it could be kind of neat. Or just maybe like a recipe, but we don't put in like amounts for anything. So we just gotta like guesstimate how to bake this cake, but we don't know how much flour and sugar the thing wants us to do. Probably not like a cake, because I feel like a cake somebody might be able to remember some of a recipe for, and it might turn out good. And we don't. And I feel like it would be better if it just didn't turn out good. I feel like that would be funnier. So we might do something else, but it's just an idea, just a thought. Doing some sort of cooking show. I'm in love with escape rooms, and I want to do some sort of escape room show. Maybe they're going through already made escape rooms, or I've thought about making an escape room myself and putting some friends through it and recording it. I don't know if anybody knows of the show A Weird Place, but it came out by Rooster Teeth some time ago. And it was essentially like a giant escape room thing that they put a few of the people through, and it was like made to just be a very weird place. So like all that was happening was like they were going through this escape room, and different weird things were happening. People were trapped in like one of the characters was trapped in a TV, and their whole thing was like to get them out. I'm going to do something here that may or may not help me. No, it won't. Okay, never mind. I was just thinking about adjusting my mic, but I think it should be fine. But yeah, so I'm in love with escape rooms, and I think it would be very cool to do something along those lines. But I don't know what yet. There's a whole lot of thinking, a whole lot of thoughts going around in the whole brain space, but we're hoping that we'll be able to put something out good with everything that I love to do, because I like to do a whole lot of things. And as we get closer and closer to being able to do that stuff, just a matter of time. I'm sorry, my tongue's red. I had a Jolly Rancher. But as we get closer to doing all that stuff, we'll be able to kind of just see how it goes. I am going to be doing a lot of gaming content, and ideally, once this moves over, I'll be doing a lot of making things. I love making things, so ideally, once this move is over, I'll be able to start making things, making content on that, like Michael Reeves style, goofy, just gadgets and gizmos, where I can make something. I want to like see if I can turn my whole garage into like a techie workspace, ideally in the future. But we'll see. It'd be kind of neat if I can like make something to like hang screens around the garage, so I can just grab the screen and move it real easy, and just like has like arms with like a few different joints where it'll hold it in place once I leave it somewhere, but then I could like pick it up and move it. Probably need some like motors or something in order to hold it right, belts, stuff like that. But I'd have to like map it all out in whatever space I have to work in the future, which we might be moving around a little bit for the next year, so it might not be a right away thing. But I will be able to do something right away. So it's not, we're not stopping on that end. I have a 3D printer that'll be there, and we'll be able to do some 3D printing, make some stuff. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of 3D printing and we'll just see from there. But well, we'll be able to do something. There's a lot of cool things you can do with a 3D printer. So that's what I'm trying to do, at least. We'll be able to make some stuff, be able to. Ideally, I'm going to take apart some laptops, and I could probably use the computers and the inside of those laptops as a computer for something. I've seen a lot of creators put their stuff out as open source now, and a lot of people have made like programs and stuff that are really good for making things. I saw one guy making it's essentially just like a little like mat thing you can put on your workspace that like was durable, so you can like actually like do stuff on it. But then it had like a grid for like doing basic like CAD models and stuff, which is pretty neat. And maybe I'll just like research a bunch of stuff. I don't know. The future is a crazy thing, but I would like to do a whole lot. So I really hope everybody will join in, watch me, stick with me as I begin to do more and more, and hopefully get all my friends in on doing more and more crazy stuff with me, which you will see them in soon to come videos, I'm sure. I have a few videos planned out here and there with various different things, but you will probably get to see and meet some of the friends and characters I got coming along the way. But until then, we're going to just keep working at it. I think that'll be all for this video. I didn't really have like a direction with it. Last time I kind of knew some of the stuff I was going to talk about, and it was a little easier. But this time I didn't really have a direction. I didn't really have anything specifically to talk about other than the charachorder, which I had sitting on my desk here. But I really hope you guys enjoy this content. Really hope this content is something good, something we can keep going. If not, then we'll stop it at some point. But for now, it's not really taking up too much of my time. It's not taking up too much of my energy. And I think we will keep it going for at least a little bit. And maybe make it better. As we get a little more space to do stuff, a little more time to edit, could probably make it a little better. Make it a better type of video than just me talking. I could probably throw in some different stuff. But until then, I'm going to leave y'all be. That was episode 2 of Hyperfixations, and keep ready for episode 3. Goodbye.